It all started as a normal hiking trip, or at least that's what he thought. The mountains were calm, the wind barely moving through the trees, and everything felt strangely quiet, too quiet. As he walked deeper into the valley, the ground beneath his feet began to tremble, softly at first, like distant thunder. He stopped, thinking it was just a small landslide somewhere far away. But then the shaking grew stronger. Pebbles rolled downhill, and the silence of the mountains suddenly felt heavy, almost alive. He lifted his phone and started recording, having no idea that he was about to capture something the world has never seen before. A few steps ahead, he noticed something large pressed deep into the snow. At first, it looked like a shadow, but when he got closer, he realized it was a footprint, not a bear's, not a human's, something far, far bigger. The print was nearly 3 meters long, crushed deep into the earth, with broken branches and torn roots around it. His breath caught in his throat. His hands started shaking as he whispered to himself, What made this? The mountains had kept many secrets, but this felt ancient.
Suddenly, the sun above him dimmed. He looked up. A gigantic shadow stretched across the cliffside, moving slowly, silently, blocking the light. It was as if something enormous was walking between him and the sun. He froze. Not a sound escaped him. Only his camera kept rolling as the shadow crawled across the mountain like a monster waking up from a 1,000-year sleep. Driven by equal parts fear and curiosity, he followed the direction of the shadow. That's when he reached a huge cave, so massive that the opening looked like a dark mouth carved into the mountain. Dust fell from the ceiling. The ground rumbled again, deeper this time, like a heartbeat echoing through stone. He raised his phone toward the cave, and that's when he saw it. A huge glowing eye slowly opening in the darkness. The eye was larger than a human head, glowing faintly, reflecting the mountains outside. It blinked, once, twice, and then locked directly onto him. Before he could react, an enormous hand pushed its way out of the cave, breaking rocks as if they were pebbles. The creature dragged itself into the light, towering, massive, ancient. A true giant. Not a myth, not a story, something real, something alive. It stood up behind the ridge, its silhouette rising into the clouds. The ground shook with every movement. He struggled to stay still, as the shock wave of wind blasted through the valley when the giant breathed out. Snow flew into the air like dust. The giant took one step, then another, walking across the mountain ridge with slow, thunderous movements. Every footstep made the earth tremble beneath him. Then it stopped, turned its head, and released a roar so deep and powerful that the entire valley echoed with vibrating air. Birds fled, trees swayed, and clouds formed rapidly above. It was as if nature itself responded to its presence. He kept recording, even though every instinct told him to run. But he couldn't move, not out of courage, but because he was in total shock. This wasn't a dream. This wasn't CGI. It was real. A creature from ancient legends, standing right in front of him. Slowly, the giant began to fade into thick white fog. Step by step, its massive body disappeared into the mist until the mountains became silent once again. No roar, no footsteps. Only the sound of wind brushing through the trees, as if nothing had happened at all. But something did happen, and he captured every second of it. The world may never believe him, but the recording in his phone proves the truth. Giants are real, and they are waking up.